Now, a controversial topic. VAR. Should it stay or should it go?
Do you know what? I'm not a fan of VAR anyway, because for me, football is about emotions.
Yeah.
It's about that instant reaction. You score a goal, you go
Yeah.
nuts on the pitch if you're a player, you go nuts in the stands if you're a fan, and all that has been stripped away.
Yeah, it's like the emotion, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the emotion, because like when we've been to Man United games, it's like you score, but then whenever there's a VAR check, it just sort of kills the mood and the atmosphere.
But it's come to the point now where the first thing that players do are looking at the linesman, are looking at, do you know what I mean? They're waiting to see. And I just, football, like I said, it's a game of emotions. That's why it's so big, because it plays on emotions. Whether you're up, whether you're down, happy, you're sad, it hooks you and it grabs you. And whilever emotions are there, that's where something you keep going back for it.
Yeah.
But I think when you start taking emotions out of it, then I do worry about anything, because it becomes a lot more colder, a lot more clinical, and then you probably atmospheres start dropping.
Yeah.
So I'm against VAR.
Yeah, but I think an argument to keep VAR is it's not a very good thing to be discussing anyway. But the standard of referees are just getting poorer and poorer because they're relying
Have
more.
you got any examples of that?
Yes.
Go on.
Aston Villa against Newcastle.
How bad was that?
Poor. So to start off with, there was an offside. What Tammy Abraham scored with is about 2 feet offside. The linesman doesn't give it, so Aston Villa have scored. But then Kieran Trippier puts a ball in. It's a deliberate handball. You can see it. Everyone can see it. It's clearly inside the box. The referee gives it as a free kick.
Yeah.
Yes, Newcastle then go and score from that free kick, but it should have been a penalty.
Yeah.
So it just shows you the standard is getting poorer with that. But also, there's a really bad challenge from Luca Dean on, I'm not sure who it was, but it was like, it's ankle high, and you should give that as a red card, because the ref's not that far away from it either.
Yeah.
So it's an argument to keep VAR, because if VAR isn't there to back up referees, there's going to be a lot more mistakes, which could cost teams titles.
So I think a big issue is, when you're saying VAR, it's there to back up referees.
Yeah.
Do you not think that a lot of referees are kind of like relying on the VAR and that perhaps now they've got VAR, they're not as good as not as good at the job as what they should be, because they think, oh well, if I get it wrong, VAR will correct it.
It's like sort of like a comfort blanket in a way.
Yeah, because then yesterday when VAR's not there, that ref was so bad. It's like, how are you that bad? I don't know. I just you're always going to get human error in anything you do, whatever job you do,
That's a good point. Yeah,
there's
we're
always
not
gonna
robots.
there's always going to be human error. But then the problem. So you've got VAR, but then it's still humans that are making the decision.
Yeah.
With the VAR.
So then would you then say VAR is not the problem? It's the inconsistency of it.
Perfect. Yeah, I think I would say definitely so.
Because you see so many times in games, no matter what competition it is where 1 week they'll get it right.
Yeah.
But then another week they'll get it blatantly wrong.
Yeah.
And it's just frustrating as fans, because like I want to watch a game and not have to worry about VAR getting it wrong or VAR getting involved when there's no reason to.
So here's one for you. When something, when you're talking about a goal, if is it onside, is it offside? Do you know when you're having to take 3-4 minutes to decide whether his toenail or his stitching on his boot is a little bit further forward than the defender? It should be. I don't think it should be that minute a decision. I think if it's not obvious to you that it's offside, there's got to be a way where.
So what would you say then? Would you say boot? Would you say body?
Foot. Yeah, body, foot. Because if my foot's behind you.
Yeah.
But I'm leaning, or if I've got my arm out, if I'm just stood with my arm like that, and I'm classed as offside because my arm's out at that moment. My foot's still there. I think it should be just down to your foot.
Yeah.
But I also think that VAR should only get involved when it's that, when it is, ref's made an obvious error there, because
that's what VAR is for.
Is a foot, not when it comes down to fragments, tiny fragments. I think if it's down to that sort of fragments of for a decision, it should all. Football's about scoring goals.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be choking off a goal. It should be It's as good as let it go.
So I agree with that. They should only get involved if it's a clear and obvious
How
error.
How long has VAR been involved in football
since
now?
2019-2020 season.
Right. So you as a kid.
Yeah.
You don't really.
I think I started watching football properly about 2015-2016.
Right. So you ain't got much experience in what I have of that instant joy, instant reaction of a goal, of whether it's good or bad. You kind of like conditioned because the bulk of your because obviously when you're younger watching
you don't
football,
understand it as much.
It's different to when you're getting older. So you as you're emotionally being involved, you're always having to check yourself.
Yeah.
And wait and see if we can celebrate and go back. We'll watch games.
Yeah.
And United will score, and we're waiting for a second, to see if anything happens where we are, and then we're going nuts.
It's like
I think it's crap. I mean, that's the way that you've kind of like been brought up on it. I suppose it's not as bad, but it's sad because you've not grown up on that instant reaction that I did. And for me,
it's ruined it for the fans, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. For
the next generation.
100%. So for me, VAR should be either out or just for blatant obvious decisions. All right, let me pick on this. So with VAR, one of my things is, so it'll pick up on the minutest little thing, but then these blatant rugby tackles and shirt pullings and where you see a corner coming and defenders literally not looking at the ball,
they're just looking at the man and just
go straight for man like NFL defenders. How does that not get picked up?
But, so my personal view on it is, for the offsides and for the goals, you have it like the World Cup was, where it's like that.
Why is it so quick in the World Cup?
I think
we've had it over here. You're on about automated.
Automated, yeah.
So why is it so much quicker in the World Cup than it is?
I think it was because, so I remember why they couldn't get it in last season for the Premier League. Because of the chip in the Adidas ball, it's something completely to do with Adidas. But we have it over here now with automated, but it still wants human interference with it. So maybe it's VAR just wanting to get humans getting to interfere.
So you're on about the PGMOL.
PGMOL.
But in the World Cup where it's so quick, I thought that was really good.
Yeah, because then you still got the emotion with it. So
as soon as it's automated and it says on or off,
the
decision's made. But are you saying that we have a human still deciding?
I think they have to look at it as well.
You see, that's rubbish. It should be as quick.
Yeah.
And if I don't get why it isn't, because Champions League's quick as well.
Yeah, Champions League's really quick. Yeah.
So I don't understand why we, as in the Premier League and in the UK, have to suffer, long drawn out decisions. Yeah,
and as well, I think get the consistency right with it, then it's okay.
But that's down to
humans.
The humans that aren't good enough for the job, and it's they're probably having a cup of tea and a biscuit in the back, but I don't know.